Trump has injected distrust in our voting system. And you, I understand, were very instrumental in changing the election process in Essex County by making sure that we have a paper ballot to fill out in our new machines.
Sure.
Why is that so important to you?
It was very important not only to me, but to many in the community following the 2020 election. We have an entire movement that has been supported again by MAGA Republicans and Donald Trump, which tried to create distrust in our electoral process by saying that the 2020 election was invalid, election deniers. And at the same time, part of that argument was, how do we make sure that our processes are as safe and as protected as possible? As an Essex County Commissioner, I was approached by leaders from an organization called Soma Action. It's an advocacy group made up of mostly community members from South Orange and Maplewood. And they brought me an idea that said, listen, right now, the best thing we can do in Essex County is to make sure that we are voting on paper ballots. At the time, we voted electronically. Yeah. It is the safest and most secure way. It allows for an actual accounting of that process, and it's important to the people that you represent. And as a result, we went to work. We were able to convince the Essex County Board of Elections that that is the direction that we needed to go, and we replaced every voting machine in this county with machines that vote on paper. And I think that took us a step towards having a more safe and secure election process. It allowed MAGA Republicans, when they talk about all this rhetoric, to say that the 2020 election or any election is invalid, for us to point to and say, oh, yes, it is, even though, unfortunately, we shouldn't have to take that step. We still have election deniers out there right now, which is unfortunate, even though all the facts have said that isn't true. Yeah. It's a whole other, we could probably have a whole other segment on mis and disinformation in public space. Yes. But supporting paper ballots is a kind of an example of what it is that I think you're supposed to do as an elected official. Mm-hmm. And I thank you for asking me that, because I use it as an example to say what I think a good member of Congress should be able to do. Mm-hmm. They should be able to be heard and seen in their community, so people know to be able to approach them if they have an issue, whether it's federal, state, local or not, doesn't matter, because I understand, people, we're busy dealing with all types of different issues, right? We don't have time to always understand, and that's okay, who's supposed to do what. But when you're entrusted with public office, you're supposed to respond. Yeah. And that's what that was an example of, with community partners, legislative leadership, elected officials coming together to make a positive change on an issue of importance to the communities that I had the opportunity to represent.
And if you do make it to Congress, would you like to see this paper ballot processing instituted throughout the country?
I would be a proponent of paper ballots. I think it's the most safe and secure way for us to vote. I'm a big proponent also of more voter access. Yeah. So anything that promotes early voting, vote by mail. Now in New Jersey, in the most recent gubernatorial election, our most recent statewide election, over 50% of the people cast their ballots through the mail, which I think is great. So anything early voting, which allows people to go to polling locations prior to Election Day, I would be supportive of. I'm a big proponent and advocate for anything that allows better access for people to be able to participate in the democratic process.
Yeah.